Good morning, everyone. This is going to be a video on doing lesson 14-6. All right, as you can see, the different types of units that we're going to talk about today are millimeters, abbreviation is mm, centimeters, abbreviation cm, decimeter, abbreviation dm, meter, abbreviation m, and kilometer, abbreviation km. Oop. Oh, way fast. Okay. Millimeters. Millimeters are extremely tiny. There is no customary unit equivalent to a millimeter. 1 millimeter is equal to the thickness of a dime, so very small. Millimeters are used to measure very small things like grains of rice or a tiny bug. Moving on to centimeters. Centimeters are a little larger than a millimeter, but still smaller than an inch. They are used to measure small objects. A ladybug is about 1 centimeter long. A decimeter is equal to 10 centimeters. So if we have 10 centimeters, that would equal 1 decimeter. It is another small unit of measure. We do not commonly use decimeters in the United States, but it is a unit that is used frequently in other countries. If 1 decimeter equals 10 centimeters, then how many centimeters are in 5 decimeters? So there's a little question for you to challenge yourself with. Meter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Around the world, meters are used similarly to yards, though meters are smaller than a yard. What might you measure using meters? So you can think about that. Hint, think of things you measure with yards or feet. So similar items. I also have a meter stick in the classroom that I can show you guys when we get back as well. And like it says on here, it's very similar, very close to a yardstick. So it's almost about 3 feet. And a kilometer. Kilometer is the largest metric unit of length. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. Kilometers are used similarly to miles, although as they are often used to measure driving distances in other countries. So here's some good ones you guys can see visually since we're just on the video. You've got a grasshopper right here. 10 centimeters or 10 millimeters. I'm not sure that 9 centimeters. Oh, this 9 goes over here to this, so ignore that. So a grasshopper would be 10 centimeters. Then we've got a door. 3 meters or 3 kilometers. What do you think that would be? That one would be 3 meters. Then we've got a backpack, which would either be 9 decimeters or 9 centimeters. And that one would be 9 decimeters. And that one is it for that. Okay, I'm gonna move this computer back so I can look down at the worksheet. Okay, so if you pull your worksheet out, excuse me, it's a little shaky. There we go. Again, just like on the other sheets, you've got a cheat sheet here for your units of length. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. 1 decimeter is 10 centimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. And then they show you an example of a picture of a centimeter ruler. Now, you guys, probably most of you have a ruler at home that you can use. This is, you can see Ehud, this is Aiden's old ruler. And if you don't have a ruler, if you absolutely can't find one, most of you will have one of these in your house. And it's a little hard to pull out while I'm holding on the phone too. But as you can see on the top, we've got inches, and on the bottom, I believe on this one, centimeters. I can't pull it out. It's a little hard with one hand on the phone. But if you can't find a ruler, you can use one of these to measure your centimeters on your worksheet. Let's look at this. So the reteaching side says, choose the most appropriate unit to measure each. Write mm for millimeters, cm for centimeters, dm for decimeters, m for meter, or km for kilometers. So the length of a finger, think about that and what you would use. And you can't just think about what an adult, with me, I think, well, it can't just be an adult finger. It needs to also be all fingers in general. So you guys' fingers are a little bit smaller than mine. And the correct answer for that, hopefully you're thinking, is centimeters. Next question, length of a football. Length of a football. Now, this is not a football field. This is just the football itself. And the right answer for that is a decimeter. Number 3, width of a big toe. Your big toe. Wouldn't quite be more than a centimeter or 2, so your best thing for measuring that so that you could measure all toes would be millimeter. Number 4, length of the lunchroom. Cafeteria, if that's confusing here, lunchroom. The lunchroom, that would be a meter. We would use a meter stick for that one. The distance between Paris and London. And this would be kilometers. Just like they said, when we're measuring from city to city, which Paris and London, city to city, that would be kilometers. All right, next one. This is the one where you would need to get out your ruler at home, or like I said, if you don't have a ruler, you can use a measuring tape from your house. So what you're supposed to do here is first estimate. So, and this can be whatever. This is just your opinion. So I'm going to estimate about 10 centimeters here, and here I'm going to say 4. All right, now I'm going to get my ruler out. Sorry if the phone is a little shaky right now. It's a little hard to do all this at once. Let me get out my, now it says find each length to the nearest centimeter. So it's not going to be exact. So if I line up my ruler here, you can see the closest one it comes to is 8. So I'm going to write 8 here. So I was close. And my bottom one, I am closest to 3 for my bottom shape. Okay. Last question. The distance across a field is 20 meters. Is the distance across that same field greater or less than 20 kilometers? So what they're asking with that is 20 kilometers greater than or less than a field that is 20 meters. And if you come back up here, you'll see that a kilometer is bigger than a meter because it takes 1,000 meters just to make 1 kilometer. So if I've got a football field, or a field, that is 20 meters, the 20 kilometers is definitely going to be, this 20 meter field is definitely going to be less than 20 kilometers because 20 meters is less than 20 kilometers. On your practice side, the side you're going to try on your own, you've got 4 up here to tell me what is the appropriate unit to measure it. I'll give you a hint that all 4 of these up here are different. None of these will be repeated from your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choices. They're all going to be different. Here you're going to make your estimations, measure, and then so forth for the rest of the worksheet. Go ahead and answer each of them. And don't forget you've got a little hint here on using which unit to measure it with and what it equals. And as always, if you have any questions, please message me or email me.